Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something sick.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things, of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Any parts that you'd like to get to know better or change your relationship with?
Yeah, I know we've dealt with or worked with different, productivity parts and wanting to be hyper productive. And I'm not sure exactly which part, but I know that I've been having a hard time, again, doing anything self-care related that's not either productive or distracting, like watching TV. I'm okay watching TV, but then if I want to journal, I can write a sentence or two and then I'm just, I have a really hard time doing anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Does it feel like the wanting to journal, does that feel like a part, or does that feel like self?
I think it's self.
Calm, curious, compassionate, confident, courageous, creative, connected.
Yeah, it feels like, curious and wanting to connect and, wanting to connect with myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or even going out in nature.
Hmm. Okay. So you're going to do those things, you're going to journal, and something comes up. And what's the part that comes up?
It's anxious, like, no, we can't do that. And I'm kind of like moving my body, like shaking, like, no, resisting.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like if I think, oh, maybe today I can go to the beach. It's like, oh, no. We don't have time for that. We can't do that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And how about in or around the body? Where do you notice it?
My shoulders and thighs for some reason, and hands.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel towards it now?
Frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I want to be able to connect with myself and connect with nature and, find a calmer space. And yeah, frustrated that I can't seem to do that right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there more to hear from, like, the frustrated part? Does it have more that it wants to say about its experience or its role in, like, pushing back on this part? Does that feel like it has much behind it, or much, like, content that's unexplored?
Okay. Yes, it seems very angry. Like, it feels strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like rage almost.
Mm-hmm. And it usually loses that battle between it and the anxious part.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, which would you like to start with? Should we talk more to this frustrated, almost rageful part, or ask it to step back and get to know the anxious part first?
I think the anxious part.
Okay. All right. So ask the frustrated part to step back.
Okay.
So willing to do that?
Yes.
Cool. And now how are you feeling towards the anxious part?
Curious.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let it know that you're curious. and then ask it what it wants you to know.
It's interesting because it's like almost, it's like it's vibrating. Kind of like if someone were to be given like shocks, or one of those little wind up toys that you wind it up and then it just kind of starts jumping everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you can just let it know that you see that energy about it. You're curious about it. And then it can tell you whatever it wants about its role, its experience, any message that it has for you.
It says I'm tired of being here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means, but I'll ask.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of took a break from vibrating for a minute, like
Mm-hmm.
like that was a suit or something that it put on. And then I said, yeah, it said it's exhausting. always vibrating like that. And so now it's kind of resting, like sitting on the ground, and I'm with its head in my lap, and I'm rubbing her head.
Wow. About how old?
I'm surprised, but 25.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually when I guess probably when I first remember going into the hyper productive mode when I was making music. And I would sometimes sit in a chair at the computer, like editing or recording or whatever. And I wouldn't even get up for like sometimes like 8 hours. I would just all of a sudden 8 hours went by.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at that point, a lot of times I wouldn't hang out with friends. I wouldn't want to do it was hard for me to want to do anything that wasn't related to working on the music.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was like obsessive, like an addiction where it was like that's all I wanted to do,
Mm-hmm. When the part said that she was tired of being here, was that a time, a place, or just like a mental energy?
Yeah, mental energy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there more she wants to let you know about that specific time, or just anything about her experience?
Okay. Yeah, she says that well, I'm alone, and it gives me a purpose so I don't feel so alone.
Mm-hmm. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So is that her main concern or main fear? Is that aloneness? Is there anything else that she's trying to keep away?
Yeah, I think just it's the aloneness, but then the attached like feeling sad and worthless.
Mm-hmm. You could try showing her appreciation for wanting to continue keeping those painful feelings from coming up.
Okay.
Maybe ask what she'd rather be doing with her energy if she didn't have to work so hard doing that.
Okay. She would rather be free to dance or play or frolic
Mm-hmm.
or even, or even just relax and do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so you might just let her know that you want that for her, and that your intentions are to unburden any parts that aren't feeling well. If there are parts that are worthless feeling or purposeless or alone feeling, that you can go to them
Okay.
and try to make her not have to work so hard.
Yeah. She likes that.
Would it be useful, helpful to kind of ask her about, for example, journaling, or for example, going to the beach, ideas that you've had that you've wanted to engage in that she's pushed back on, and like how she might like to see you do that or not do those in the future, if there's some modification or just anything she'd like to see around those.
Okay. Yeah, for the journaling, she wants it to be more fun, like listening to music and getting in a comfortable spot, not just like a task.
Yeah, homework.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think similar to like going to the beach, like it's not something, not having it be something that, oh, I need to do this so that I can like check this box that I did it,
Yeah, I can relate to that. It's a lot of mandatory fun things on my calendar that I'm like, wait, I don't actually want to do this. Yeah. I have another question about the journaling. If if there's something in the content of the journaling that she would like to see or not see, like, for example, if you were to journal about her, like, how would she feel about that? If you were to journal about worthlessness, aloneness, in order to, hopefully help her, does any of that resonate as like something she would like in the content?
Okay. Yeah, she liked it when you said the writing about the worthlessness and that kind of thing. I think, she wants there to be more meat. Again, not just like, oh, okay, I have to journal, so let me write what's happening. More like, okay, let's really write about what struggles, what internal struggles are happening.
Yeah. And how do you feel about all those suggestions? I mean, are you nodding and saying you'll consider them or you'll commit to them, or how do they land for you?
Yeah, I like it. It feels more exciting, that and more doable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to, like it's more that I'd want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just make a quick note of like when I've done my journaling, it is in that kind of spirit of like, I have a particular exile. I know it came up earlier in the day, it came up earlier in the week, and like this is what I'm wanting to investigate. Just because I felt the same way of like, yeah, if I just have morning pages or certain questions, it's like, well, that'll get boring after a while. But when I have a part that I can put my finger on and want to investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Feeling that.
What else does she need from you?
She's reminding me of this time, which I've shared, if from back in 2017 when I felt free for a few months and was exploring, like in my RV, I would just get in and drive and, maybe end up, at some new place in nature I'd never been before. And I was also doing I was more playful and doing silly, playful stuff just for fun. And she's like, yeah, let's just explore. Let's play. Let's be silly.
Nice. How about, is there a way that you two want to come up with to communicate, in the future, if you're having this, maybe it's kind of a vague anxiety, and then like in this conversation, you went from anxiety to kind of seeing this person with this wind up toy energy, and now you see this 25-year-old, person. Is there a way to kind of shortcut that, or that she can communicate with you more directly without the suit on?
I think one hand on my chest and one hand on my head.
Mm-hmm. So anything else you'd like to do with her or for her? Learn from her?
Yeah, I think she's good.
Mm-hmm. You might think about, I don't know how much your parts are like communicating about your parts work. So, I'm sure that you've worked with exiles that have degrees of worthlessness or loneliness. And so that might also be something to communicate with her around, like, here's the work I've done, here's the work I haven't done. And just, I don't know, especially considering her age, she might be more interested in like just seeing that or providing input around that, or suggestions around that, like where to go, what parts need you, that kind of stuff. Just an idea.
Yeah.
Well, does it feel complete? Is there more you want to investigate?
Well, I don't know if it's for this time or another, but yeah, she's pointing to the worthless part.
Yeah.
That comes up when when she feels alone, or when there's a feeling of aloneness.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you could, at least we could start and get a kind of an outline or like a picture of what that exile looks like. Again, it could be something she helps point you towards, or you can just check in and see if you can identify where that comes from, where, starting with in the body.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a kind of a sinking feeling in my chest and like a tightness on in my left neck and face.
Mm-hmm. And how are you feeling towards that part?
I'm feeling curious.
Okay. And do you see it there or just sense it?
Right now, I just sense it, but I feel like it'll become more clear.
Yeah, you could just let it know that you're curious. Let it know that you've worked with this part, this anxious part, and asked it to. You've gotten some information about it, but you've also that you're ready to work with the younger parts or the exiles. Just do whatever to get a better look at it or to deepen your access.
Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. A dog just came in. I'm a little distracted. Smarty. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Buggy. Come on. Okay.
Does that exile become any more clear?
Yeah. It's like curled up in a dark corner. And it, it's not well, maybe it is a little afraid. I guess I'm thinking about, my experience with the worthlessness tends to be not afraid, tends to be more like I'm sad and alone, and no one cares about me, but I am seen. Like there seems to be a fear that I'm surprised by.
And does it feel right to get any closer to this part? Or does that increase the fear?
Yeah, it's okay if I get closer. It's weird because it's it's kind of like frozen, almost like, the like movie posters from horror movies back in, like, I don't know, the 40s or something, where there's this light shining from below and they're kind of like frozen in this fear, like shock face. That's kind of what it looks like. Like there's this light coming from below, and she's almost like frozen posed in this fear shock.
And check in with any kind of protectors, especially this one from before, this 25-year-old. If she trusts you to go work with this part, or if there's any other parts that have concerns about you doing that work.
Okay. Yeah, she's okay with it.
Mm-hmm. And this, I'm curious. I'm really just curious, and this is a hypothetical. Is she okay with you doing that without me on the phone with you? Are there parts that come up around that? Yeah.
She's saying you can give it a try.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm obviously, like, I'm happy to work with this part with you. I don't know that I have time today.
Yeah.
So it would be something that I would suggest bookmarking if you want to work with me with this part.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you're in the right space and this part is giving you space and you feel, again, you can go as far as or as not far as you want with it. So if that's just getting more of an outline, learning more about it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. And if not, and if you decide, not to do any more with that and come back to it later, that's fine. You might just want to let it know that you see it, you want to get to it, and that blame it on me.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Let me know how it goes.
Okay. Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.